So we have 2 oat cereals here.
Okay.
Oats are very nutritious, of course, great to eat for breakfast.
These are both oat-based cereals. One using conventional oats and one using organic oats.
Okay.
And the only other difference between the two is one of them has just a little bit of weed killer in it.
Gross. No.
This one is very popular. It does have just a little bit of weed killer in it.
Inside the cereal.
In the cereal. Yeah.
That can't be healthy.
No, it's, well, we don't think so.
Right.
Weed killer.
A little bit of this.
It has that in it?
Yeah. Would you prefer the one with a little weed killer in it or the one without?
No weed killer?
No weed killer.
Yeah.
You sure? Because
Yeah.
Monsanto says the amount that is in this version is perfectly safe.
Oh.
But
That doesn't seem right.
yeah,
No.
doesn't really ring true, does it?
So try the non-glyphosate.
Try the one without the
why
weed
not?
killer. Okay, well, you know, that's a choice a lot of people are making today.
I'm driving up to meet with the Johnson family at their farm called Real Food Ranch. They are a family of 6 that moved from the Woodlands, Texas to a property here in New Waverly a little over 6 years ago. New Waverly is a beautiful town tucked away in southeast Texas, surrounded by tall trees, winding roads that disappear around every bend, and where you're likely to see a Texas Star, tractor, cows, horses, chickens, or any combination of the above adorning the properties as you make your way through town. This small town, boasting just over 1,000 residents, has a 150-year history of strong, hard-working residents from general store owners, sawmill workers, saloons, numerous cornerstone businesses, and several independent farmers, including Real Food Ranch. I met Mikey and Richard Johnson and their 4 children on one of their homeschool farm days they held several weeks back. When listening to Mikey speak about her journey, she was unapologetic in her delivery, and I could feel that Mikey was passionate about sharing her story with others. Tell me how you got here.
Mikey used to have migraines all the time and had all kinds of other health things that basically, she'd go and talk to a doctor, and the doctor would tell her, well, we don't really know what causes this, so we can give you this drug and knock you out on the other side, and that is not an acceptable answer.
The pivotal moment to move us into a completely different trajectory of our life was sitting at the doctor's office for the, 1,000th time, trying to figure out why I had migraines and what could fix it and how I could function without being hopeless as far as how many days am I going to be in bed. And hearing that doctor say that I had to get on medication or I would die of a massive heart attack, and that I would always have migraines and possibly maybe when menopause they'd let up, and that was it. I was done. That was not going to be the end of my story.
The farm ended up being the best way.
So I didn't know who to have as a mentor, who to go to, because this all-natural, crunchy living was always this almost neglectful view that I had come to somehow acquire. And so since we had no idea what to do, we just made a shot in the dark and said, okay, if we can't pronounce it on the label, then we're not going to put it on our bodies. And we're going to go all organic, all natural, everything. Since I had no idea what to do and what to research, and there were so many different conflicting things on whatever products or ingredients were in products, we just said, all right, if we can't pronounce it, we're not going to put it in. It's not that we're going to cut ice cream out. We're just going to eat something with cream and sugar and milk and real vanilla.
We were driving around on our anniversary kind of dreaming.
And that had been abandoned for a year. And we kind of walked what we thought the property was, and that this spot up here is kind of like, I stood up there and I was like, this is, and like there's hills. Like, and it's so amazingly beautiful.
When we moved out here, I was a guy with 13 acres who really couldn't grow much of anything. And I went through a whole certified master gardener program.
The Johnson family had found their little piece of paradise in the hills of New Waverly. Although rewarding, life on a farm is certainly not easy and comes with its own challenges. with the Johnson kids, they were excited to tell me all about their favorite part of moving to the farm and how life there was different.
My name is Sam. Pat. Trace. Cammy. I remember my mom said when we move, we could get a cat, so I was like super excited about getting a cat.
I was kind of shocked. I didn't know we were going to move until my mom told me.
And then what did you think?
It's crazy. Moving the land, having more than an acre.
I didn't know what to think of it. I mean, I was 10. I don't know. I just didn't know what to think. I get to have my own donkeys here. There's more cats and dogs. And we have a lot more pigs than we ever did before.
Each of the children have their own small businesses.
So I propagate different things like Cuban oregano, and I also grow loofahs with my dad.
I do the dog treats and chicken feet.
I do Cam's jam.
Okay, what's the difference between jam and jelly?
So jam has more fruit content in it that you can actually see, and jelly has like more of a gelatin look to it.
Pat showed me where he harvests his cucumbers from for Pat's pickles, and even let me taste some from a batch that was already done. Those are really yummy.
Seven years ago is when that doctor's appointment happened, and the journey of the last 7 years has been the hardest, most amazing journey. And everything has changed about what we do, where we live, how we live, what we eat, what our health is like. My 10 days a month in bed is now 2 or less a year. I now have healthy cholesterol. I no longer have arthritis. The kids are rarely sick. They have not been to a sick visit in 7 years. It has all been this mental shift of everything. And I think that's one of the biggest hurdles of getting over of what has culture taught us versus where you want to be mentally. And personally understanding the mental journey that I've gone through of I don't have a college degree, but I am smart enough. I'm strong enough to take back our health and our wellness. As far as the kids, their legacy has been completely changed. They understand where food comes from. They understand what it takes to get food on the table or raise animals and respect them. They understand how to do sustainable agriculture and how to honor the lives of the animals that we've been put under our stewardship. Our complete legacy has changed by one decision: not be afraid to look stupid and ask all the questions. I would love to pour courage onto other, and particularly women, but that leaks into their families. But just to choose one thing, to make an effort to actually start. Like I said before, mine was toothpaste. That's my passion. I just want you to have tools so that you can make decisions on what's best for your family and what you're convicted on. But it's just choosing one thing a month. Just know you're smart enough and strong enough to take the journey. And the cool thing is you get to make your own rules. And it's not easy, but it's invaluable. It's the most amazing thing we've ever done.